All right, ladies, week 2. We are on Monday the 6th, and we are back to upper body. 2 parts, 5, 6, or 7 rounds. Single arm chest press per high pulls, push-ups. And second part is shoulder taps with rows 4 reps. So single arm chest press. And then switch sides. High pulls, push-ups. High pull, push up. Just going to show you kneeling. And part 2, shoulder taps with rows. One, 2, 3, or kneeling or off of a chair. So 5, 6, or 7 rounds is your choice. Single arm chest press per arm. So that means you're doing one arm at a time. So with your chest press, your arm is going to be out to your side on your elbow, and you're going to press up and in. So now you're above your chest, and then when you come down, you're back out to the side, okay? 1, 2, 3. Some people like to hold it like this. It's a little bit different, but I prefer to hold it this way. And again, when you come up, you're also coming up over. So up and in, and then down and out. Up and in over your chest, down and out, okay? Pretty simple, and then you're gonna switch sides. Your high pull can be done with your dumbbells or a kettlebell. So you're going to have your palms facing you, and you're gonna have your weights kind of on the tops of your thighs. So what your high pull is you're pulling the weights up to chest level, back down, up, down, up, down. So notice that my elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow is pretty much in a straight line, down, so it looks like from the side, up, down, up, down. Another one that's pretty simple. And then we end with our push-ups. So the reason that this one is only 3, it is 5, 6, or 7, but it's only 3 exercises because your chest press and your push-ups are gonna work your chest. And a lot of people have trouble with push-ups, and you're doing 12. So I tried to make it not too crazy because you're gonna be doing a lot on your chest. So your push-up is going to have a lot of variations, just like a burpee does. So you're going to have your regular full push-up, which is from high plank position. You have your kneeling push-up, and then you can also do high plank off of a height or kneeling off of a height. So again, both of those burpees and push-ups seem very intimidating. They seem very advanced, but they both have so many modifications that makes it so anybody can do it. So I'm going to show you the easiest option besides going off of a wall, which I don't think anybody needs to do. I think everybody can handle these ones I'm going to show you. You would have kneeling off of a height. So not only is this cutting your body weight in half by kneeling, but then the half you are moving is now lightened because you're off of a height, okay? So it would be here and here, roll to the front of your knee, up and down, okay? This is your easiest version of a push-up, kneeling and off of a height. Then it's going to progress to high plank off of a height. So this one's a little bit harder because you're having to control more of your body, okay? So if you're doing this version and you find that your hips are sinking or something, you might want to try kneeling on the floor, okay? So this one and kneeling on the floor, I kind of think are similar, almost tied for difficulty. It just depends on what your problem is. If your problem is, like I said, you can't really control your hips or your lower body, this one, even though you're off of a height, you're actually having to control more of your body. On the kneeling ground version, you're lower because you're on the ground, which makes it more difficult, but you're still cutting your body weight in half because you're only kneeling, so you don't have to control as much. So you're less likely to have your hips, you know, sink and everything. So it kind of depends on what your issue is. So here would be kneeling on the ground. So again, make sure you roll from here to the front of your knees so your hips kind of drop down, and then lower, press, lower, press, okay? So see what I'm saying? You're not really gonna like be able to sink your hips because you're already kneeling. So if anything, people tend to do this. They keep their butt up in the air, but if you roll to the front of your knees, you can't do that, okay? So that's that, and then your full push-up is high plank position. If you need to, you can open up your stance. That gives you a more stable base. So the wider you are, the easier it is versus the closer together you are, okay? So get a nice even stance with your hands, and then when you step out with your feet, you might want to open them up a little bit wider, or you might not. That's up to you, okay? And then the same idea. You're going to lower everything together, press up everything together. Lower, press. So notice how everything moves in a straight line. Nothing was bending before something else. Nothing was sagging. It's all in a smooth line, okay? So you might want to just do it a few times. Either film yourself or do it in front of a mirror and see where your downfall is, and then try one of those modifications. So it's either going to be your upper body, or it's going to be your kind of hips area, or it's going to be both. So you'll be able to notice when you see yourself what part is failing, okay? And then for part 2, we have our shoulder taps with rows. So this is also high plank position, and we're doing it for reps. So the way it's counted is tap, tap, row, row 1, tap, tap, row, row 2, okay? So it's a lot of movement just to get 1. And mind you, you just did 12 times 5, 6, or 7 push-ups, okay? So this might not be as easy as you would think. 50 to 80 reps, okay? So you're gonna be in high plank position. Remember, you keep your spine nice and neutral. Open up that leg base a little bit. And remember, try not to rock. Try not to open. Try to just keep everything as still as you can. You're gonna tap opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Pull up to your waist. Pull up. So when you pull up, you're kind of squeezing your shoulder blade. 1, tap, tap, row, row. 2, tap, tap, row, row. You can do it kneeling as well. Tap, tap, row, row. Tap, tap, row, row. And you can also do it off of your chair, high plank or kneeling. The very same thing as your push-up progressions. You can do the same thing for that, okay? So that one is for reps, and that is your Monday.